Hey up everybody, my name is Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. Today I want to talk a little bit about the future, right? Because, with all the sort of fear-mongering that's going on, not just now, but, for the past God knows how long, since 24-hour news started, it's always felt like the world is always coming to an end. It's always felt like we're at the precipice, right? That something bad is going to happen soon, right? And then we're going to be plunged into an eternal darkness. And I wonder about that. It's like, it only needs to happen once, right? For all the times that we get scared by it, it only needs to happen once in order for us to all be dead forever, right? We only need one nuclear war for, all of mankind to be fucked, right? Even if we don't go completely extinct, it only takes one for us to be completely fucked. It only takes one AI going out of control for us to be completely fucked. It only takes one genocidal maniac for all of us to be fucked. It only takes one virus to spread around the world in just such the right way for us all to be completely fucked, right? We're still recovering from the COVID pandemic, so are we not completely fucked, right? It only takes one, terrible election decision for someone to come in and make a whole bunch of fucking decisions that are going to take the next 30 years to reverse. And while those 30 years are ongoing, so many new issues will come around where new terrible decisions will be made on them. And that's just going to be an infinite repeating cycle that's probably been being done for the past 150 years or God knows how long, right? It only takes one disaster to destroy us all, right? But we need to avoid every single one, right? It only takes one asteroid. And you know how many asteroids there are knocking around out there? Apparently we were about 3,000 miles away from being hit by an asteroid about 3 years ago. I didn't even know it. The guy at the pub told me that, this is valid, this is the most invalid source. Guy from the pub told me. But a guy from the pub told me that in the year 2027 there's going to be a comet that's apparently going to hit the Earth and kill everyone. And whether it does or it doesn't, I'm sick of all the time we're having to dodge another fucking tragedy. We're having to dodge another fucking disaster and an apocalypse. Why can't we just live in just a nice plain era where just things are just as they are, right? All I want really is say 20, 30 years of just calm, and then we can kind of decide what we're going to do from there. If we want to have some excitement, right? It only takes one war, right, for all of us to be destroyed now between, Russia, China and America, maybe India, Pakistan, the UK and France. They're the ones that have all the nuclear weapons, and possibly Israel as well. We don't know if they do or they don't. They like to, I think they say they don't, but we think they do, or something like that. But either way, all of these fucking nuclear powers, it only takes two of them to fucking have a go at one another before bam, right? And right now where I live in London, I live on the outskirts of London, so if London gets hit by a nuclear bomb, I'm going to get the most damaged version of that. I'm going to become some fucking radioactive fucking mutant, right? Suffering this long, excruciating death, right? Because, Blackfriars or whatever the fuck is only 30 miles that way. Not even that, 10 miles that way, right? And these bombs all have blast radiuses of about 10 miles, and they're going to drop more than one. They're going to blast the shit out of London for some reason. So, I don't know. We always seem to be on the door of apocalypse, always refusing to enter, but always looking out, like we're on a balcony with no fucking railing. And we're just sat there, just going, yeah, the endless abyss is pretty interesting. Not now. Go away. Ruining my fucking video. All it takes is one of these situations to just destroy everything, right? And I don't appreciate that. I just feel like we could do something about it, and I have no idea what. So maybe we can't do anything about it. Maybe we are all completely fucked, because, look at all the things that are coming around. We've got AI, the impeding rise of fascism. We've got new viruses that keep going on about, monkeypox or whatever. We've got wars in Ukraine, we've got genocide in fucking Palestine, we've got China rising up and fucking destroying all the fucking competition around it. We've got the mass climate change which is causing a giant immigration crisis throughout the next 100 years. We've got so many massive issues, right? And we don't seem to be tackling any of them, right? We seem to just be sat there going, oh, this is a bit of an issue. Oh, yeah, but they're causing it. It's like, who gives a shit who started it, right? This is the sort of shit that children do. All the time. They go, oh, Miss Graham hit me. It's like, no, but Josh, he squirted me with a water gun, that's why I hit him. So that's what's going on in fucking, you know, all these wars that are knocking around the world in a very boiled down basic version. That seems like what's going on, and I just worry that we're just going to let all of this get worse and worse and worse. And as the technology gets better and better and better, we're just getting more and more new innovative ways to destroy humanity. The press of a button, or the press of a fucking enter key, or just like typing a bit of code into a fucking thing and having an AI just coming along to bomb us all, or just develop some kind of super fucking virus that can kill everyone in one go. Maybe I've got it now, hence this cough. I don't know. I'm really worried about the future. I mean, I want to have children, you know, and I want to bring them into this future. I mean, I don't know, it feels like it's part of my duty to carry on my lineage, my family lineage, you know, because there's been, you know, thousands of years of us coming up to now, and I'm an only child pretty much. So, like, what am I supposed to do with that? I don't really want to let my entire family tree die with me, right? And I know people like to make fun of all that, but it is kind of true at the end of the day. You know, that's your bloodline. That's just going to come to an end. Do you want it to end with you? I mean, the buck certainly shouldn't stop with me. I'm just some fucking gadabout. Surely buck should stop with someone that's, like, you know, done something with their life. You know, maybe it should end on a big fucking climax. Some interesting event, some interesting person should do something in my family's name. That would be fun. I don't know. It just seems like the world is just getting worse and worse, and I don't know any way out of it. I mean, no one seems to. We all just seem to argue with one another. You know, there's comment sections on the fucking internet with fucking Russian bots on one side and fucking trolls on the other, just all having a go at one another. It's like, oh, you all fucking transgender people, you're all insane. And then, oh, you're all fucking fascists, yeah, you know. And like, I'm more on the side that is worried about the impending rise of fascism. But at the end of the day, this constant arguing, this constant pointless debate isn't getting us anywhere. We're just sat there just having a go at one another without actually doing anything about it. And I'd like us to start doing something about it. God knows what, right? But I would like something to be done, right? I'd like for there to be a politician that some people, like everyone could more or less generally get around. That would be fun. It's never going to happen, but that would be nice. I mean, say AI takes over, which it's going to at this point. Do you think AI could run it all better than this? Because humans aren't doing a particularly good job. They've never done a particularly good job. This is the best job they've done in all of fucking history, and look what's going on, right? This is the best we've got compared to the fucking kings and queens of 300, 400,000 years ago, compared to the Roman Empire that fucking just constantly went to war and then just destroyed itself and birthed fucking Christianity of all fucking things. It's clearly, like, we're clearly in the best period of, you know, leaders, and that terrifies me. This is the best period. This is dog shit. This is the worst you could possibly imagine. I could do a better job running this country, and that's what everyone says, isn't it? Everyone says, oh, I could do a good job running this country. I could do it better than the current leaders, right? Oh, I should be fucking God Emperor of the universe. And obviously I think that as well. I'd be a fantastic God Emperor of the universe. What would I do? I'd sort the pubs out straight away. I'd improve road infrastructure, make some more public transport. That's it, really. I'd probably leave it after that. Make beer cheaper, even though I don't drink. Actually, make it more expensive for a bit, see if that works, and if it doesn't work, then we'll just make it, like, free. What else? Make fags a lot cheaper. I mean, fucking... I went to Germany on my way back from Lithuania, and I got 8 packs of this for 38 quid. And even then, 38 quid for 8 packs of fags should be quite a lot, right? This is 250 grams worth of tobacco, and it grows off a fucking plant like this, right? It's this, essentially. Do you think 250 grams of this should cost 40 quid, considering how abundant tobacco is as a plant? It's a common plant, it's easy to grow. Why are we spending so much on it? You can buy a pack of fags for like £1 in Vietnam. Just make it so that kids can't buy them. Sorted. Anyway, now you've probably seen what I would do as God Emperor of the universe. I'm no better than the rest of them, right? So humanity is clearly going to destroy itself at some point. And whether it's going to happen now, or in 100 years, or in 1,000 years, because we are such a short-term thinking species, we don't even consider what society would be like in the year 2200. It's just science fiction as far as we're concerned. No one's actually giving a shit. That's what, our grandchildren will be old in the year 2200. Right? I'm born in 1999. Say I have a kid in the year 2040. Say they have a kid in the year 2070, right? okay, so it'll be about 2150, my grandchildren will be getting old, right? But my great-grandchildren, getting up to about 2200 there, aren't we? That's terrifying, right? That's only a couple generations away. And yet we're just sitting there going like, let's not worry about the rise in climate change. Oil's going to run out in the year 2070. Whatever. We're always finding new oil. It'll always buy us another 20 years here, another 30 years there. And we can obviously do that for the rest of fucking time because, you know, the Earth is just fucking infinite in size and it's just clearly made of oil. So we can just have as much oil as we want. Oil party for everyone. Just fucking gush the entire streets out of fucking oil. Just paint every house black, right? That's all we need, right? But no, we're not interested in thinking long term. We're going to destroy ourselves with our current line of thinking. All we need to do is just consider some new alternative, and I don't know what that is, right? So obviously I'm going to get a load of comments saying that communism is the future. I don't know if that is or isn't. I've tried reading the Communist Manifesto. It was just wordy. A lot of words that I didn't understand, so clearly I'm too stupid to understand it. So maybe I shouldn't be making political videos, but you know what? We live in a world where we're meant to have freedom of speech, so I can say whatever the fuck I want, whatever ignorant fucking opinion I have, I can put out there into the world, right? And that's the beauty of the world, that we can all do this. You can do this as well. If you're one of them commenters saying, oh yeah, you should just fucking read the fucking Communist Manifesto, go and make a load of videos about the Communist Manifesto and how fucking great it is, right? Do that. Right, and I'll keep doing this. I'll keep doing my, I don't know, quasi-doomerism, right? We can do whatever we want, and that's so good about the world now. But this isn't going to be the case forever. We're going to get some genocidal, fascistic fucking dictator who's going to take away our rights to freedom of speech. We're going to kill ourselves in a nuclear apocalypse. AI is going to run everything in the most efficient way possible and kill us all, right? God knows what, we might become a spacefaring civilization. All we have is like a crew of like 20 people that we can broadcast our message out to, which essentially just means we're going to end up making little clans going, oh, that person's, they're teaming up against us. We're the good clan. We want people to survive on the other planet. They want to kill us all. That's what's going to be happening. Like, I can't see many great futures where things stay more or less the same, right? But just with less badness. You know when people say like, I wish it was like the 1950s again. Could we not have like the 1950s again with the economic prospects and the clothes and the fashion, but without all the miserable shit like the racism and the sexism? Can we not just have the idea of the 50s, but without that shit, right? Just have like a load of lesbians in 1953 in that type of world where just a load of lesbians just walking down this 1950s fucking pathway in 1950s fashion, talking very, very elegantly, you know, in a post-war economy. Could we not have that? Or do we have to take all the bad with it? And if so, could we not make some future where we just have all the good? You know, all the nicest architecture, all the nicest parts of society, all the nicest bits of economy, you know, just get the best economy we can get going with the most infinite welfare state where people maybe have to work a little bit, but not particularly much. No one would ever have to work more than like 10 hours a week, right? Could we not have something like that? I don't know. These are my very scattered thoughts on the future, but you know what? It only takes one disaster for all of these futures to be erased like that, and for us to be right back in the Stone Age at square one. But even worse, because we won't have any natural resources to exploit to get back to where we are now, we'll have a load of shit up in the sky and the atmosphere that will eventually burn up and erode, so we won't be able to go into space anymore. So we'll have completely destroyed ourselves long term, and actually long term, not long term as in like 30 years from now, long term as in for the next like fucking 50 million years, right, until the next extinction event happens and all the fossils fossilize, right, and all the skeletons turn into fossils that we can use for fossil fuels. And that's what our future is if we're not careful. And we better be fucking careful, but we're not being careful in the slightest. We're all bickering and arguing about trans rights or about fucking taxation and the ULEZ and shit. Why don't we just focus on like shit that actually matters? Like first off, the impeding climate change, the impeding fucking rise of AI. How about those two for a start? Denuclearizing all of our fucking civilization as much as we physically can. How about we do those three things to start with and we'll make the world so much safer and better long term? How about we start clearing up some of the debris in the fucking Earth's atmosphere from all the bullshit that we send up there, commercial and nationalized fucking space flights that we just leave there like trash just circling around the fucking Earth that will eventually just completely destroy itself, as I said, and it will end up breaking down in the atmosphere and just forming a big cloud over all of us, which means we'll never be able to send a rocket into space again without being destroyed by this giant, basically giant spinning fucking dome of death around the Earth. That means we can never leave. How about we sort some of that out? How about we do anything? anything at all to make our future fucking better, rather than arguing about shit that doesn't matter. Yeah, that's going to be it from me, everybody. Hope you have a good rest of the day. Take care. Bye bye. Leave your thoughts below. If you're a communist, do that as well. Do what I said, because I said it, and I kind of want my point to be proven right with a load of people going, read the Communist Manifesto. Can someone explain it to me like I'm a fucking idiot? Because I am. Can someone explain to me how the Communist Manifesto like works and how like communism would work in like a real world scenario? Like for instance, I want to go to the shop and buy a pack of fags. How much is the pack of fags first of all? Do I put like work tokens down? Like when I go into the shop, are the fags like behind the counter like they are now? Or are they in like a specialised shop? Do I have to go further into town to get them? This is the shit that matters to me, like the super hardcore specifics, right? What kind of car can I have? Can I have that one? And like, what's the licensing to get that? How hard is it to pass the test? Because I'm currently doing my driving test. It's a pain in the fucking ass. It's taking me so long. And I have to wait 8 months for my practical, right? Will the practical waiting lists be reduced? Or will I even need a practical test? Probably will. But can we make it more efficient? Is that how it kind of works? Anyway, that's going to be it from me. I'll maybe do another video asking these questions. Take care. Bye-bye.